Hi guys, so I wanted to talk to you guys about reading books and kind of the things that I do to read books and kind of study as I'm going along. So the book that I was going to say the book that I'm reading right now, but this is just one of them, is Renaissance Live, and this baby needs to be done by next week. And I'm also going to take a test on it. So I don't want to just read it, I want to make sure that I read it and I'm going to retain as much information from this book as I'm reading it because I'm probably not going to have time to leaf through the whole book a second time. So I like to take notes as I'm reading. It doesn't disrupt my flow of reading. I just kind of jot down a couple of things and then continue on. So what I've been using are these right here. So these are Post-its, but they're just like note Post-its. So you can like stick it off like that and then like kind of glue it back on. So what I do is that as I'm reading through the book, I jot down notes. So I'll put the main um, character or whoever they're talking about first, and then I'll kind of jot down what's going on. So if there's a turning point in the character's life or something specific happens in the story, I go ahead and jot down what it is, and then I jot down a page number. And then that's kind of how I go along. And then as soon as I'm done filling out this whole page, I go ahead and I rip it off and then I stick it on the page that I just finished reading so that I know that from that Post-it forward are all the pages that kind of go with it, and from that Post-it back are the pages that follow after. So that way it kind of breaks up the book into different sections for me. And I know that I do tend to go through quite a bit of these, but I feel like it's worth it because if I'm looking for something specific, I could look at the note and I know that up to that point exactly what happened, what's in there. Because hasn't it ever happened to anybody that you're reading a book and you're like, oh, I know this happened, and you're trying to look for it because you want to cite it, but you can't find the exact page? And I feel like that is so frustrating for me and it makes me waste time. So that's kind of how I go through and read. Another thing that I do is that I go to the contents page and I kind of eyeball it. That's the contents page. And as you guys can see, he actually has it broken down into several different parts. And the way he broke down his book is actually super organized. It's actually really great. So he has the assault on the past, the creation of a new vision, the enthusiasm for change, the response to change. Then he has search for order, the discovery of new worlds, the new professional, the mastery of power, and pragmatism in changing times. And under those, he has a specific person. So actually, his book is really easy to go to. So if I was looking specifically for John Milton, I would just go to the contents and find where John Milton is at, and he's page 241. So I think it's really important to have it just because you know what's coming up and you kind of get an idea of what is being covered. It kind of gives you a little bit of insight as to what's coming your way. The other important thing to read is the foreword. If you're reading a history book, or you want to be a historian, or you're a history student, or you are involved in anything in the history department, always read the foreword or the introduction. I honestly cannot emphasize that enough. I was that one person that never read the introduction and never read the foreword, and honestly, historians, that's pretty much where they set up their argument, and it kind of give you what the book is going to be about. So when you're reading a history book, if you're kind of like, where is he really going with this? Like, what is he talking about? What's going on? If you go to the foreword or to the introduction, he's really going to introduce his argument to you and kind of give you a little bit of background to set up the book. So if you're completely lost and you don't know what's going on, kind of go back and read it. That, of course, is not the same with novels. With novels, the foreword and the introduction is mostly done by a different author, where they're kind of giving you an analysis of their analysis of the novel, which can sometimes ruin the novel for you if that's all you're thinking about, but that's besides the point. If you're reading a history book, if you're reading anything that has to do with history, just to let you guys know, as far as history is written and how historians, their style, that the foreword and the introduction is where they're going to be setting up their argument and giving you background on the book itself. So I hope my little reading tips help and kind of give you guys, make it a bit easier to kind of get through it. So again, good luck, and I hope I get to see you guys soon. My semester is going to be insane. So if I don't post a video in a while, don't hate me for it, okay? I'll see you guys later. Bye.